Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Texas Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you are here. My name is Catherine, and I will be your facilitator for this session. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. If you have any questions at all, feel free to type in your questions to the presenters at any time using the Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen. This is one of many college presentations being offered, so feel free to check the schedule on the website for more. And lastly, this session is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Texas. We are currently in session C2, where my mouse is circling at the moment. And this is also the same order of presentation. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our very first representative from the University of Texas at Austin.
Thank you, Catherine. Welcome, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. And yes, this is the University of Texas at Austin. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and skip the housekeeping rules and get to our different colleges. So we offer 13 different colleges. As you can see, the Black school, or the schools in Black, are actually our undergraduate programs. And as you can see, there are some that are listed in burnt orange. These are our professional schools, our medical school and law school that we offer at the University of Texas. We encourage all students to do their research and see what sparks your interest. We have over 170 fields of study. We also house our minors and certificates as well. So for students that are looking into possibly minoring in a particular field, but not necessarily majoring in that specific field, you can certainly do so at the University of Texas. Our student population, we have 51,000 students on our campus. 40,000 of those students are undergraduate students, and they represent over 165 counties here in Texas. Not only that, we have students from all over our country and of our 50 states, and students from all over the world in over 120 different countries. So our academic excellence, we're the #1 public university in Texas. We're ranked 14th in the nation and 36th ranked university in the world. And just to highlight a few of our programs that we have, and this is not to say that these are our only high achieving or high ranking college programs in our colleges. We have so many great programs that are either offered in the top 20, top 10, or top 5. But just to highlight a few, we're the #1 school for petroleum, #1 school for accounting. If you're looking into maybe business, we are the #5 school for business, #6 in civil engineering. Our Cockrell School of Engineering program is ranked 8th in the country. And we also have very good graduate programs that are either ranked in the top 10, like I mentioned. We also have 5 graduate programs ranked #1. And if you're looking for more of that usual challenge that you'll face at the University of Texas, you might want to consider maybe an honors program. Our honors programs are offered with some specific program colleges like business. We do have the Canfield Business Honors Program, Engineering Honors Program. We also have a few that sometimes we have students and parents ask, well, what exactly is this program entail, or what is it all about? Plan 2, just to give you a description about this program, is an interdisciplinary program that offers the arts and the sciences in a combination of both. And we also have another program we have 4 honors programs under the College of Natural Science. We have the Polymathic, Health and Science, Touring, and we also have the Dean's Scholars Honors Program. And my best recommendation for those of you that are intrigued and want to major in a science field, I would recommend that you look at their description and see which one is the best fit for your program or what you're wanting to do in the future. We offer great research opportunities. One of our great research initiatives that we have for all students, especially our freshmen, is that Freshman Research Initiative. We want students to get involved with research as early as their freshman year, and this is a great opportunity for our students to do so. 89% of our students conduct some type of research during their 4 years at the university. And for those of you that are looking at possibly not doing so much research in a lab and wearing a lab coat and so on, we do have non-lab research opportunities as well. And I do have a colleague joining me today that will definitely share a link that you can look into and do a little more research on those non-lab research opportunities. Living on campus, we offer 14 residence halls. We have 2 female residence halls, 1 male, and we have a residence hall specific for honor students, which is Carruthers. And by the way, the Carruthers Residence Hall on campus has its own library setting as well on the first floor. For those of you that are looking into honors, would definitely have that opportunity to live on an honors camp, honors housing as well. And of course, our residence halls do come with living learning communities, and each one has one. I would encourage you to visit our site so you can learn a little bit more about what all these living learning communities entail. So 13 organizations. We have over 13 organizations on campus. We have our academic, professional, political, religious, social, and spirit. And we have over 1,300 organizations. We have that little plus sign on there because it keeps growing and growing. But anything you can think of joining, we pretty much have it at the university. And I encourage you to really think outside the box when you're looking at organizations as well and seeing, well, you know, I've always been interested in this, but I'm not sure if I should join. This is the best time. As a college student, you should definitely take advantage of all those great opportunities that you will have and experience. Let's talk about the application really quickly. So we do have 2 applications available for students. We don't have a preference, so choose the application that best works for you. We have the Apply Texas, and we also have the Coalition application as well. Like I mentioned, it's up to you. We don't have a preference. We are a holistic review school. That means that we use an individualized holistic review process to consider each completed application. And just to go over the application checklist, we do want students to actually go over the application checklist of the requirements, what exactly you have to submit. And there is a deadline that we want to make sure that you follow. And I do want to go over the deadline on here really quickly. Our deadline is coming up for those of you that are wanting to submit the application by November 1st. And this is priority. And for those of you that are looking at submitting the application by regular deadline, that is December 1st. And for students that submit by November 1st, will receive a notification of admissions by February 1st. And for those of you submitting by December 1st, we'll hear back by March 1st. Okay, thank you. And I will go ahead and pass it on to my colleague.
Awesome, thank you. The next representative is from Texas State University.
There it goes. I don't know why that takes a little while. Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me. My name is Monique Mena. I am a senior undergraduate admissions counselor for Texas State University. So I'm going to be doing your presentation today. In the chat is going to be our other counselor, Conan Couples. He's also a senior undergraduate admissions counselor. So if you have questions as we're going, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Conan can help you answer it. And he's also going to give you the contact information for the undergraduate admissions office as well. So let me go ahead and get started, make sure we have enough time. So if you don't know about Texas State University, let me tell you a little bit about it. So we're actually located in San Marcos, Texas. We're about 30 miles south of Austin, 50 miles north of San Antonio, right on I-35, right in the beautiful Texas Hill Country area. So it's really a wonderful place to be. This figure is actually a little bit outdated. So that's for fall 2020. For fall 2021, we're sitting at about 38,000 students on campus. It is a pretty big university. If you're wondering about our students themselves, so this is a little bit more information about them. We are a Hispanic serving institute. And we do serve students from all across the country in all 50 states. It's really great for our students to come from so many different places. So let me go ahead and keep moving on real quick. We have 10 different colleges at Texas State University. We offer 98 different undergraduate degrees to choose from. I don't have time to go into all of them, but I'm going to try and talk about the ones that I get the most questions about. So McCoy College of Business, we have 6 different programs to choose from. They are all AACSB accredited, and we do focus a little bit more on providing hands-on learning opportunities for our students. So if you've ever seen Shark Tank on campus, Shark Tank on TV, we actually have something like that on campus. It's called 3-Day Startup. So our students get to present to investors their business portfolios, and they get real life information back. We don't have Mark Cuban, unfortunately, but we have had the VP of Coca-Cola before. So it's really fun for them to get real world knowledge. If you're interested in college of education teaching, we actually rank #1 in the state, #2 in the nation for graduating certified teachers. This is definitely a place to look at. If you're interested in any of our performing and visual arts programs, we actually rank top 20 in the nation in all of our programs. And we're one of the only universities to be able to say that. So it's a really awesome program. If you're interested in singing, dance, theater, anything like that, let us know. College of Health Professions. We actually have our nursing program in there. So since 2016, we've actually had 100% pass rate on the exam. So they're doing very well with the nursing program. And then College of Science and Engineering. Trying to get to this slide real quick. College of Science and Engineering has 4 different engineerings. That's usually what I hear the most questions about. So we currently have civil, electrical, industrial, and manufacturing at Texas State. Civil is actually the one I hear the most questions about. So ours actually focuses on sensors, and you're not just building a building, you're incorporating sensors and smart technology into it. So that's going to be the next wave of infrastructure, and that's what our program actually focuses on. So we're really excited to see where our students go with this. But let me go ahead and keep moving on. So make sure we're finishing on time. If you're wondering what our students do when they're not in class, we actually have a river at Texas State University. It runs through our campus. It's the San Marcos River. It stays 72 degrees all year long. And we actually have Wi-Fi that goes down to the river banks. So if you ever want to go study, hang out, you can definitely do that. We also have 400+ student organizations at Texas State. So whether it's a professional, pre-professional program, anything like that, we have that available at Texas State. If you're more athletically inclined than I am, we do also have intramural sports. We have club sports, and we also have 16 D1 sports. So you can go cheer the Bobcats on. Whew. Let me know if I talk a little fast. So we're actually going into the admission standards right now really quick. So for my current seniors that are out there, we are not requiring SAT, ACT scores for your admissions or scholarships this year. So if you don't want to send them to us, you don't have to. Just submit the rest of the admissions application to us. And once we have everything at Texas State, we'll go ahead and go through the admissions process. So basically this year, we're going to be going through the high school class rank. If you're in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd quarter, we'll just go ahead and go through admissions review. So holistic review is basically where we look at everything that you send us. So try and send us as much as you can. For my students that come from schools without a ranking, or your homeschool student, what do you do now? That's okay. Texas State takes care of that. We generate the ranking internally for you, so you have that as well. So don't worry, that'll come up soon. I know the priority date here says March 1st, but the scholarship deadline is actually a little bit earlier. I will point that out when we get there, okay? Okay, real quick for housing. So all our freshmen are required to live on campus the first year. We have 23 different residence halls to choose from. They come in 6 different styles. So there are quite a few options for y'all. They are scattered all throughout campus. So whether you want to be right next to the rec center or you want to be right next to the dining hall like me, just kind of depends. There's something for everyone. Whew. And then lastly, paying for college. So now that you're interested in Texas State, how much does it cost? Well, it's there in yellow, Texas resident. How do we pay for all of this? With financial aid, so my current seniors, you can start submitting the FAFSA application already. And my recommendation is get it done by Halloween. I know our priority deadline says January 15th, but sooner you can do it, the better it's going to happen. We also have scholarships available. So at Texas State, like I said, for my current seniors, we're not requiring SAT, ACT scores for assured scholarships. So if you want to, you can just go ahead and send the rest of the admissions application. If you're in the top 35% of your graduating class, we'll just go ahead and review your application. That's what we'll make that scholarship offer based on. For competitive scholarships, this is a little bit different than assureds. This does take a little bit more work. You do need to submit a scholarship application. This one is due by December 15th. So this is the deadline that I want y'all to go by. Submit your admissions application and your scholarship application to be in the running for these competitive scholarships. This is everything else. This is general departmental. This is merit-based. This is need-based. This is really everything else that we have at Texas State that's a scholarship. So try and make sure that you submit that to us on time on December 15th, guys. And then lastly, we are open for campus tours currently at Texas State. So if you want to come visit, definitely do that. We have tours available Monday through Friday at Texas State. And we also have our Bobcat days that came back this year. They're back in person, so we're really excited. So these are big preview days on Saturdays. So you can always come back and see campus. And then Conan, I think, can leave our information in the chat as well. You can always scan the QR code and get some more information too. Thanks, y'all.
Very helpful information. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder that if anyone has any questions at all, to feel free to submit those questions using the Q&A button towards the bottom of your screen. Any questions at all, our representatives are here to assist. The next representative is from Stephen F. Austin State University.
All right, thank you, Catherine. I'm going to quickly share my screen. All right, well, this is Stephen F. Austin State University. So I'm so excited to be here today. Oops, my screen just stopped. Hold on just one second. Um, sorry, technical difficulties. All right. So Stephen F. Austin, we are located in Nacogdoches, Texas. Depending on where you are, we're about 2 hours from the Houston area, about 3 hours or so from the Dallas area, and then about an hour and 30 minutes or so from Shreveport, Louisiana. So we're right in the piney woods of deep East Texas, and we would love for you to come and visit. We were established in 1923. We started off as a teacher college and since have grown tremendously since then. Currently, our enrollment is just under 12,000 students. So it's a small enough class where you have roughly about an average of 27 students per class. And 18-to-1 student-teacher ratio. We have over 120 different areas of academic study, and each one is broken down into 6 different colleges. So I want to share with you a little bit about those. Our College of Education has a variety of different programs. Education is probably our biggest program right now. We offer a charter school. We have a charter school on campus as well as an early childhood lab. So students do get hands-on training throughout their program. The College of Education also houses our hospitality administration, which allows students to work in our mobile food lab or food truck, and then also our culinary cafe. This program also has things like kinesiology, as well as interior design and merchandising. Our College of Business has a variety of different areas of business. It allows students a great opportunity to get involved, to have a lot of internship opportunities and hands-on. For our finance students, we have a mass roundtable, so students can start building and learning to manage their own portfolio with the stock market. So students do get experience with that, and the SFA does provide the funding to do that. We also have great programs in our sports business, which also allows students to do a continuation program. If you're in Houston or in the Woodlands area, we have a continuation program through them. And they also do internships sometimes with some of the professional sports teams in the area. Our College of Fine Arts offers a variety of different programs in the art field. So that includes everything from art, which can include filmmaking and cinematography, drawing, photography, graphic design and digital media, but also our music, as well as theater. Students in these programs within our filmmaking, they create full-length motion pictures. And then in our theater and music programs, they do a variety of different concerts or productions each year. Our College of Forestry and Agriculture allows students an opportunity to work, whether they're looking into forestry, maybe they want to work in parks and recreation, maybe they want to work in the forest, maybe eventually go into game warden, certainly can get experience in doing that. We have a 640,000 acres access to experimental and national forests, so students can get hands-on training throughout their program in that area. We also have an amazing agricultural farm, and for students that want to get into animal science or get into agriculture, they also have the opportunity to do a lot of hands-on training. We have about 100% employment with this area, so students do very well in this field. We also have the College of Science and Math. The College of Science and Math has a variety of different areas of science, including chemistry, biology, physics. We also have an astronomy minor. In fact, we have a planetarium and the second largest observatory in the Central Time Zone. So students do get access to that and get some training and experience along with research with our professors. Our engineering students, we offer physics engineering with electrical or mechanical tracks. We also have dual degree programs for students that want to get different areas of engineering for that. Our nursing program allows students a great opportunity to gain experience through our nursing lab, ER triage lab, and then also have rotations in the hospitals. Our students have about a 97% pass rate for their first attempt for the NCLEX exam, so we're really proud of that. And then we have a variety of pre-professional programs as well. And then our College of Liberal and Applied Arts allows students opportunities to get into things like criminal justice, psychology, and social work, also as our mass communication program, as well as creative writing. Our mass communication allows students the opportunity to work on our television station, radio station, or newspaper. So they're getting hands-on training in that field. And then we also offer within our creative writing students, one project that we want them to be doing by the time they finish is be a published author. So many of our students have already written books of poetry or a novel by the time they graduate. For students as they're getting into the application, we are on Apply Texas. So goapplytexas.org is what you would do. We are currently accepting applications for the fall 2022 class. And currently right now we are test optional, which as you've heard before, students are not required to submit test scores for the admissions process. However, we do encourage that for scholarship purposes. If you're on the top 25% of your class, it is no minimum requirement, so you would be admitted to SFA. Second or third quarter, if you have tested, you can see the scores right there. That would help you with automatic admission. Or if you don't meet that or have not tested, then we will do a holistic review. I'm going to kind of skip over because I know I'm running out of time and give you the information for our admissions department. If you have questions, definitely feel free and reach out to us. I also encourage you to visit our Showcase Saturday coming up on November 13th. Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it. Thank you. The next representative is from Southwestern University.
Good evening. Let's see, I'm going to share my screen. So glad to have all of you here. My name is Dr. Jenny Smith, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admission for Southwestern. And I wanted to share a little bit about our university with you tonight. We're actually the first college founded in the state of Texas in 1840. We have over 37 majors, 41 minors, and 7 pre-professional pathways, including pre-med and physical therapy and pre-law. What we can offer is really unique here at Southwestern. We have a smaller campus. We have about 1,500 students, or a small private liberal arts school. So we average a class size of 16 and have a 1:12 ratio of faculty to students. Additionally, sustainability is really important to us. And so 100% of our energy is supplied by renewable energy. And we're one of 2 colleges that change lives in the state of Texas. Also, we're located in Georgetown, Texas, just 28 miles north of Austin. We have a beautiful area. If you love doing outdoor recreation, you can go to the San Gabriel River or Blue Hole. And again, we're very close to Austin. So if you want to get out to ACL and enjoy music or enjoy amazing internships in all different types of industry, we're also getting 2 brand new children's hospitals not too far from our university. So lots of opportunity for medical shadowing there. One unique thing about Southwestern is that we focus on having a flexible learning curriculum. So within your major, you'll complete a third of your coursework, and then a third of your coursework in general education in liberal arts courses. And then the remaining third is up to you. You get to design your own experience. We have many minors you can choose from, like design thinking or data analysis, or you can choose your own path. Additionally, we like to apply our knowledge and take what we've learned in the classroom out of the classroom. We have amazing study abroad programs to 22 countries. About 62% of our students participate in community engaged learning courses, where we have courses that participate and partner with nonprofits in the Georgetown area. So you not only get to learn in the classroom, but you get to solve a problem or meet a need in the community. More than 80% of our students complete internships during their time, and 100% complete a capstone or similar project that really brings together all of their experience over their 4 years at Southwestern. We also have a really strong research program where about 13% of our student population participates in research with faculty. We also don't have a graduate school here at Southwestern University, so you're not competing with graduate students for that professor time. We have a really active student life here at Southwestern. We have over 100 student organizations and theater and choir and other fine arts for non-majors. We're also a Division III NCAA school with over 20 sports available and 24 intramural sports. We also have 10 national sorority and fraternities. We do engage in deferred recruitment. So if you do decide to engage in Greek life, then that would be in the spring of your freshman year. Looking at our first year student profile, you can see we have a very close split of almost 50-50 female to male. 15% of our students are from out of state or international students. 41% of our students are from underrepresented areas. And I'm really excited to share that we have 17% of our student population as the first in their families to go to school. To apply, you can choose one of 4 applications. We have our own Southwestern application. You can do Apply Texas if you're only applying to Texas schools, or you can also use the Coalition application or the Common App if you're applying to schools from across the country. We have moved to a Super Tuesday model of decisions. So early decision is a contract-based decision. That's the first Tuesday in November. So that means that you would sign a contract with your counselor, and they would you would agree to be admitted to Southwestern and withdraw your other applications if you're admitted. Early action is the first Tuesday in December, and then regular decision is the first Tuesday in February. And with all of those, you can expect to receive your admit decision within 30 days, and you would receive your financial aid award information within 72 hours. Really important to share that Southwestern has been test optional since fall of 2019. So this was pre-COVID, and we're going to continue to be test optional. About 50% of our applicants apply test optional at this time. These are the requirements that we need for your application to admission. Additionally, we'd love to see additional recommendations, your resume, and all of our students have the option of having a personal interview. If you do decide to apply test optional, you will have an interview with someone like me, and we'll get to know you a little bit better. For cost of attendance, you can see everything listed here. What's really exciting is that our merit scholarship program is quite robust. We use your class rank or your recalculated GPA. That's your GPA without your electives in it. We'll use whichever one of those numbers is higher, and that will get you into a guaranteed range of merit scholarship funding. Movement within that range will come with our holistic review of your application. This information is also available on our financial aid website. And it's really exciting. We have the #1 career services office in the state of Texas and #3 in the United States. We have excellent placement for our students post-graduation, with 62% that are employed and 24% that are in graduate or professional school 6 months after graduation. All of that to say that we love having students on our campus. If you're looking for a really unique community where you will be known and you'll have that opportunity to design your very own educational experience, this is going to be a great place for you. If you'd like more information, please scan the code on the screen, and there'll be a little form to fill out, and we'll get you more information. We have many events coming up, Pirate Preview Days, and if you'd like to come for a visit, you can request to sit in on a class, eat lunch in our cafeteria with our students. They'll take you to lunch. Or you could also request to meet with a coach if you're interested in participating in athletics while you're here. It's been wonderful talking with you. Thank you so very much.
Great, thank you. Just another friendly reminder that if you have any questions at all, to feel free to submit your questions through the Q&A. There are some great questions coming in, so feel free to continue to submit those questions, and our representatives will be sure to respond to those. If you have a specific question about the college application process or any question specific to any of our schools represented here, we encourage you to include the school name. Our last representative, but certainly not least, is from Austin College.
Welcome, everybody. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Austin College, a national liberal arts college with particular academic focus, located in Sherman, Texas, which is a small city about half an hour north of the Dallas suburbs and about an hour north of the center of Dallas. The location combines the calm of which is a good thing for a college, of a small town, and the exciting opportunities associated with one of the largest metropolitan areas in the country. Austin College is the 3rd oldest college in Texas, and its hallmark throughout its 170-year history has been academic quality. college offers excellent programs across the spectrum with unusual strength in the sciences, manifested in outstanding results with medical schools and other postgraduate healthcare programs and postgraduate science pathways in general. What you're looking at on the screen is our Idea Center. That is the science building at Austin College. It's now 7 years old. It's the largest academic facility on campus and includes, among many other things, the third largest research observatory in Texas. You can see the little dome structure there near the entrance. However, the social sciences, humanities, and business and economic pathways are equally robust, and the overall acceptance rate to graduate or professional schools every year at Austin College exceeds 90%. A core value of Austin College is to connect its students' academic and intellectual experience to the larger world. 2/3 of our students before the COVID circumstance had an academic experience for credit outside the United States. Obviously, that's been on hold. Hope it's back in full force next year. And our students also have outstanding advanced research opportunities and academically related internships. The education is truly interactive. Professors come to Austin College because they want to teach, advise, and really know their students. Average class size is 15. Total student body size is 1,300. We have only one graduate program, a master's in teaching, basically for our students, our own graduates who seek to become teachers. Otherwise, everyone else in the student body is undergraduates, so we're focused on undergraduates. We are the other colleges that changed lives member in the state of Texas, along with Southwestern, and have been in every edition of the Colleges That Changed Lives book and a charter member of the organization that developed out of that. Another distinctive thing is Austin College's 4-year graduation rate, which has enabled the college to create a finish in 4 guarantee. So if you're a full-time student in good standing for 4 years and for some reason still owe a credit or two, the college will actually pick up the tab for those credits. Along with the academic strength, we have a really active, productive, supportive community. Students, faculty, and staff meld into one really wonderful community. It's my favorite thing actually about Austin College. We are unusually diverse by any measure of diversity, racial, ethnic, cultural background, religious background, social preference, political outlook. We're extremely diverse, but as I said, it melds into one really connected community that encourages different perspectives, supports productive discussion. We have over 75 different organizations on campus. We are a 24/7 residential community. There are events and activities all through the weekend. We play sports at the Division III level within the NCAA. We have extremely active fine arts programs. Art, music, and theater are all very, very active, very large programs. I guess I better get to admissions and financial aid before I run out of time. We are a moderately selective institution. We admit a little over half of our applications year in, year out. We are relentlessly holistic. We're holistic in every single case. There is never one number that automatically gets you admitted or causes you to be denied admission. We read every word in every file every time. We do encourage interviews, though they are optional, and we offer interviews both in person and through virtual media. We work hard to keep cost from being a reason for a student not to enroll at Austin College. We have abundant scholarships and financial aid. And we seek to enroll true socioeconomic diversity, and we do. If you have an interest in a college of our sort, I'd love to hear from you, and I'm going to put our web address and my email in the chat. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. All great information shared from all our representatives. So thank you for your time and thank you for sharing. We do have some time left. So at this time, we're going to pivot into our Q&A portion of this session. And invite all our representatives at this time to go ahead and share their, or to go ahead and turn on their videos, get ready to unmute themselves. And we'll go ahead and get started with our first question here. which is what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go ahead and get started in the same order in which you all presented in.
Okay. Well, welcome again. My advice is really connect with your high school mentors. It could be either a high school counselor, the college counselor, but really start connecting with them if you have not already done so. I encourage you to do that because they always have a lot of information. And a lot of times they have our contacts. So if you're looking for someone's contact, you can definitely ask them and they'll probably connect you to the right person. So really, if you haven't already started, be active and make sure that you're starting to have that dialogue with your school, because you'll also need documents that sometimes they have and they can help you submit those documents for you, for example, transcripts or maybe letters of recommendation and so on. So really have that connection with your school. Don't ignore the Go Center or the College Center. If y'all have one at your school, make sure you try to do a visit every day if possible. And I'll go ahead and pass it on to my colleague.
Hi, y'all. Yes, so kind of building off of what Adriana said, usually my advice centers more around keeping track of the deadlines. That's always a hard one to hear from students after they passed a deadline and they're like, what can I do next? I'm just an admissions counselor, guys. I can't change these deadlines. So please keep track of them. This is a very mom thing to say, but please keep track of the deadlines. We all have different ones, so keep them straight, okay?
I would also recommend not only to keep in touch with your counselors at your high school, but also at the schools that you're looking to attend. Reach out to the representatives, ask questions. All questions are welcome. We definitely want to make sure that you're getting the information. The other thing I would suggest is actually take time to visit the colleges that you are interested in, step foot on it. Even ones maybe you weren't as familiar with, you'll learn a lot that way.
Man, we have lots of great advice tonight. I would say we really want to get to know you. So when you're preparing your materials, please share about yourself. The more we know about you, the more we can advocate for you to the admissions committee. And I can't echo visiting enough. See yourself on that campus. Does it feel like a good fit? That's going to be a really important part of your process.
Yeah, yes, I actually would like to build on Jenny's remark, which I thought was excellent. I would encourage you in general to think about really being yourself in the whole process. Students read about college admissions getting more and more competitive and all the difficulty in gaining admission. They think that they have to turn themselves or their essays into something spectacular. For us, authenticity, genuineness is more important than impressiveness. So don't strain to be impressive, be yourself, express yourself. Even in your process of choosing colleges and evaluating colleges, think about yourself, what's best for you. Don't just sort of go with the herd in your community. Be yourself, express yourself, let that manifest itself in your college process.
So much great advice. Thank you. It's truly helpful to hear it directly from admission representatives, especially as many folks are going through the college application process right now. So very helpful. Our next question here is, what's one thing you want students to remember about your school? What's one thing you want students to remember about your school?
I think I'm going to just talk about the deadline. I think that's a very important one and we can't ignore that. So remember, we have a priority deadline coming up of November 1st and the regular deadline is December 1st. So we want to encourage all of you that are thinking of submitting an application. You have only one more month and after that, our regular deadline will approach and you won't have an opportunity until the following year. So make sure you remember, we do have our priority coming up and our regular deadline of December 1st.
Good try, Conan. That's okay. We were going to let him take the lead. So what's one thing we want students to remember about Texas State is that we have a more laid back atmosphere. We are, like I said, on the river. We are in a small college town. We do have big cities around us in San Antonio and Austin. So we kind of have everything around us at our fingertips. It's just really awesome for students to have the best of both worlds with Texas State.
I think the rep from Stephen F. Austin State University may have just lost, lost that rep here. So we can go ahead, keep going.
I would say if you really want to be on a campus where you're known, people know your name, and you get to create your very own experience for your education, then Southwestern is the greatest place for you to be.
Our mascot is the kangaroo. It's a little bit unusual. The college is a little bit unusual and distinctive. So get in touch with your inner marsupial. Check us out. Thanks.
Great. And we'll try to get to our, I think we have one more question here, so we'll get to that one. And that is, what is one myth you would like to debunk on the college admissions process? What is one myth you would like to debunk on the college admissions process?
Well, I think one of the myths is that the tests are the only thing that students should worry about, SAT or ACT. Just a reminder for our students applying, seniors, if you're joining us today, we actually do not require the SAT or ACT. So we're a holistic review school. We look at everything overall. So please don't just rely on a certain item, maybe the test or anything. Look at everything. Your essays are important. Everything is important on that admissions application. So take your time and make sure that you look over those essays that you're submitting. Make sure you submit all the important documents, but don't just rely on that test score or anything like that. Once again, we don't even require you to submit a test score this year. So seniors, if you're working on that application, remember, take your time.
So let's go ahead and try this again. Hello, everyone. Now that you can hear me, I'm going to go ahead and answer this question, but I'm going to take a more holistic approach. I want to go ahead and let you know it's not a myth about admissions in general, but a myth that you can sometimes feel. So I want you to cast away any self-doubt you have about, oh, well, maybe I might not be able to get into Texas State or XYZ school because I don't fit criteria X. Go ahead and let that be the determining factor for us and send in your strongest application anyway. Do not discredit yourself from your future educational goals. So go ahead and leave all that self-doubt and anything at the door and submit your application. That's my advice to y'all.
Okay. So the next thing that I would share is that if you have a period on your transcript, a period of time that maybe you didn't perform your very, very best, it's okay. That's where interviews or your essay come into play. That does not mean that you need to discount what you'd like to do. It means that you have a story to tell and we want to hear it because we think you could really be an asset at our university.
One college admission myth I've been hearing since more or less when Richard Nixon was president, is that colleges want well-rounded students. I don't think we really care that much whether students are well-rounded. We want students with depth, with interesting focuses, with talents, with particular contributions that they make, and just personalities that are interesting. So you don't have to be everything. You don't have to do music, athletics, and community service every day when you're in high school. If there's something you really have depth in, let us know about it.
Awesome. That is great. And what a great Q&A session. Everyone just had so much to share, and I think it's really great to hear again directly from college representatives who are here to share with us. And we appreciate your time. So thank you for joining us, and thank you to each of you for being here. As we close, there'll be a very quick 5-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback is extremely helpful. This is one of many college presentations being offered. There are many more coming up, so feel free to check out the schedule on the website to sign up and register. And lastly, this session is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Texas. Again, thank you all and have a great night.